What is up, you guys? Today's video is a little bit controversial. I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why you should not start a woodworking business. Let's dive in. All right, well, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. Wherever you're consuming this content, I just want you to know that I appreciate you. I'm so grateful that you're here, and hopefully this is helpful to you. If it has been helpful to you and you haven't left me a review, man, it would mean the world to me if you'd take just 60 seconds, help a brother out, leave us a quick review so that we can reach more people like you, trying to change their life, trying to grow their business. So I want to give you 3 reasons why you shouldn't start a woodworking business. These are controversial. This is weird that I would say these things, but I want to tell you the truth and I want to shoot you straight, okay? So number one reason why you shouldn't start a woodworking business is because it's a real business with challenges like every other business. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not something that you're going to snap your fingers and blow up overnight. This is going to take time and it's going to take energy. It's going to take time to develop your reputation. It's going to take time to develop your messaging. It's going to take time to develop your products. It's going to take time. It is a skill that you have to develop. And this is with every business. There are skills you got to develop around the thing that you're doing, which is woodworking. So you got to get good at the skill of woodworking. You got to get good at the product itself. You got to get good at how you go about doing that. But on the other side of things, which is what I've really focused on with this channel, is that there are business skills that you have to develop. You can't just be a great woodworker and have a great woodworking business. That's not how it works. It's how a lot of us think it works, but it's not how it works. You have to develop business owner skills, and it's going to take time. Now, one of the ways you can accelerate that growth is by doing something like joining the Woodworking Business Accelerator program, to where we're going to give you all of the same things that we're currently doing at $70,000 to $80,000 per month. It's going to allow you to scale and grow much, much faster. But again, it takes time or energy or monetary investment. And here's something that I just want you to understand. You can't shortcut that. You got to either pay with your time, or you got to pay with your money, or you got to pay with your energy. So if you have time and energy, but you don't have money, you just double down and spend as much time and as much energy to learn as you can. If you have time and money, but you don't have energy, then take the time that you have, hire somebody as a consultant or a coach that will fast track you there. If you have energy and money, but you don't have time, then pour your energy into partnering with somebody that can help you get there. And so that's typically how it's going to go. You can't really shortcut that. You got to have 2 out of the 3. You got to pick 2. But that's number 1. I just want to shoot you straight. It's going to take time. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't start getting results quickly, but to get good at it, to get really good at it, it's going to take time. You know, there's the 10,000 hour rule that just basically says that for you to become an expert at anything, you got to spend 10,000 hours doing it, which typically is about 5 years. If you worked 40 hours a week, every week for 5 years, that's right over 10,000 hours. And so it's going to take time to get good at what you're doing. Okay. So number 2, this is the second reason you shouldn't start a woodworking business. And this is legit, guys. Sometimes when you make something about making money, it takes the fun out of it. Okay, so this is me just being super honest with you. You know, when I started doing woodworking, it was a hobby. It was a lot of fun. Well, as soon as you start dealing with clients, as soon as you start collecting money, as soon as you start having disgruntled customers, as soon as you start having deadlines and timelines, it can take the joy out of it. So if you use woodworking right now as a method to chill out, to get away, if it is a therapy for you and you don't want to use that as a means for making money, protect it. Let it be your therapy. If you are happy with being a hobbyist and you being able to get away from your stressful day job or whatever and escape in the garage, let it be that for you. Just know that as soon as you make something a business, as soon as you start putting some deadlines around things, as soon as you start putting timelines, as soon as you bring in other people, clients and customers around it, it's going to take it from being this really fun, relaxing, enjoyable thing to it is work. It is a job. It is something that you have to do, right? I wish that I could tell you that that's not the case, but it is the case. With anything that you try to monetize, with anything that you try to make money around, unless you can keep the joy at the forefront, that being the reason that you're doing it and not doing it to please anybody, then it's going to take some of the joy out of it. And so just be mindful of that when you make something about making money, it can take a little bit of the joy out of the experience, okay? Number 3, third and final reason why you shouldn't start a woodworking business, it is going to challenge you and it's going to change the way that you think. Now, I'll say this, back before I started my woodworking business, I was a completely different person. The way that I thought, the way that I analyzed information was completely different. I didn't know what I didn't know. And so as you start a business, as you start trying to grow something, it's going to challenge the way that you think. It's going to push you. It's going to pull you. It's going to force you to level up in ways that you've never leveled up before. And so if you love consistency, if you don't like change, you don't want to start a business because it's going to change you. It's going to change how you see the world. It's going to change how you see the way way that things operate. So listen, if you start a woodworking business, it's a real business. It can take the joy out of woodworking. If you're a hobbyist and you love just doing it for the sake of doing it, then know that anytime that you start trying to make money around something, it's going to take some of the joy out of it. And then third, it's going to change the way that you think. If you don't like change, you probably shouldn't start a business. But if you're okay with the challenge, if you're okay with saying like, hey, yes, it's worth it to me to monetize this, and if you're okay with challenges and changes inside of your life and change stuff happening to you that changes the way that you think, then I'd say go for it. So if you are trying to start a handmade or a woodworking business, go ahead and check out the free ebook that I have in the description below. It's the very first link. It's about 90 pages long, the Handmade Business Secrets ebook. Again, we've had over 1,000 people now download that. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from it. Check that out. Other resources for you today. Number one is the Handmade Hero Academy program, and that is the step-by-step guide that I used to really scale beyond $10,000 per month inside of my business. If you do it, you stick with it, again, you'll see the same success or similar success. I can't guarantee this. You'll see the same success that I saw, similar success. And then lastly, if you're a woodworker trying to scale your operations to beyond $20,000, $50,000 per month, check out the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. That is going to allow you to scale quickly, rapidly. We're going to work with you. We're going to partner with you to run your ads, coach you on the back end. There are tons of clients in that right now seeing a lot of success. So that being said, hopefully this video has helped you. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.